How's it going, guys? What a week we've got. Probably not the best thing to talk about coming on from Wednesday's match. Brighton away. Brighton at home, Sunday at 2 p.m. Can we get the result? A few things we need to know about. We will talk about Wednesday night a tiny bit. Don't really want to, but we're going to have to, haven't we? So, yeah, get your thoughts in, get your comments in, and we'll get straight into it after the video. Let's go.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, how are we all doing? Sean, evening. Not many comments in tonight, but we'll get started anyway. So, first of all, I'm back. Sorry I wasn't here last week. I went out for a meal, completely forgot about the show. Why? I forgot. I'm sorry. No game week. I think Burnley, wasn't it? Got cancelled. Just completely lost track. Gray, Ian and Reedy, I'm still gutted and full of disbelief after Wednesday. It's so horrible to even think about. It's disgustingly horrible to even even think about that game. But yeah, I know what you mean, Gray. It was very heartbreaking at the end, but you can't really do much else, can you? I'm just trying to get the stats from that game just so we know more about it when it comes to it. Ross is being weird for some reason. Keep getting your comments in. We want as many people in as we can, but we will get Ross in because I forgot when I was talking.
It's me with my phone, that's why.
Come on then, Ross. How are we doing anyway? We'll get on to the Spurs match in a minute, but
yeah, I'm doing good. I've, obviously interesting day at work. So yeah, and obviously now I was going to play some FIFA, but apparently the servers are down. So yeah, I feel resurrected. I'm honest, but now obviously after Wednesday, I mean, oh Jesus Christ! I mean, where do you start? I mean, honestly, where do you actually start?
If I'm totally honest, from my point of view, I know people have different opinions on whose fault it was. I'll say mine first, and then people can get their views on what I think. For the third goal, Yuri's fault completely. I'm sorry,
100%.
it's Yuri's fault. You can't run straight through the midfield, lose the ball by trying to force a pass, and it comes completely back on ourselves. And I saw him as Spurs attacked. You could see Yuri putting his hands up saying, like, why are we not defending? Yet it was him that gave the ball away in the first place. Yes, I think maybe Vestergaard was probably at fault for the first one, but it was hard because everyone thought it was offside either way. So I don't think Vestergaard was even in a bad place when the run came against Kane. So it was just hard to deal with that one. And the second one, I think it was just it just went all a bit too fast for me. People going to the box, Shunji tried to clear it as quick as possible, blocked off their player into our player again, bounced straight into Bergwijn's foot, and it just goes in. You can't really stop it. Bit fortunate for them, but I don't know. For me, I can't blame the defense really. For Wednesday, I don't think they did much wrong. But just individual errors really cost us.
They did. I mean, obviously it's bad enough we considered a last-minute equaliser, but I think we're all more pissed at the third goal. Because let's be honest, Spurs did deserve something out of that game. That's
why I was getting the stats up. They did.
Yeah,
they probably deserved to win.
They did, but it's the manner of it. I think if they'd have won 2-0 comfortably or something, would have had no complaints. But it's the manner of the fact is in the 94 minutes and 50 seconds, we were 2-1 up. And then by 96 minutes and 7 seconds, it was 3-2. I mean, you can't explain. how are you going to tell? There was a meme going, how are you going to tell your kids that, or your grandkids or whatever, that within the space of a minute you've gone from 2-1 to 3-2? I mean, it's just mad. It's insane. I mean, I think it's the manner of it. The third goal especially. I think as soon as it's 2-2, the first thing you do, you don't go and try and pass through the middle. So it's not FIFA.
Well, what we've seen from previous matches, I think I put it in the group chat as well, that both, I think, Leeds and United, from kickoff, most of the time, we kick the ball, we bring the ball backwards to the defence, and the defence boots it to the either side and try and win a header. Yes, it might go for a throw-in, but that is what we've been doing. And against Leeds and United, we scored straight away from it. Yes, Yoru was probably a bit rash with what he was doing. And someone says here, Yoru was shocking. He was looking to play for a pub team. For me, I don't think he was good at all on Wednesday, but I don't think he's awful. But it's just
that was very poor.
A bit too much.
But it's not just all Tielemans though. Schmeichel, what was he doing coming out that much?
That's the thing. Say he comes out, yes, he either commits or he doesn't even come out at all. Because at the middle point, it was in no man's land, because he got to a certain spot where he's just like, I can't go backwards because otherwise I'll be done anyway. So he has to go forward, but then he stopped. If he didn't stop, I don't think he would have got to the ball. I think Schmeichel would have got it. Yes, even if he took the player out, okay. If it goes to red card to keep the draw, I think maybe we could have got it, but I think we would have had about 15 seconds if you already didn't take that ball and put it through. If that didn't go through, I think we would have had about 15 seconds to spare.
It happens in football, We've done it where we've got last minute equalisers and winners and stuff. We know how they feel. It's one of them things. It's just, so we need to forget about it. It's hard. Of course it is. We need to forget about that. Obviously, focus on Brighton on Sunday. They're a good side. They just took a point off Chelsea.
Another point.
And another thing as well, they've already beaten us this season, Brighton. They're a good side. And obviously our home form, I read a stat earlier, I can't remember. We've lost a lot of home games. Like Andy Meadows has put it. Andy Meadows has just put, Yuri played like he has left the club. On Wednesday he did. I think, Madison McMahon at match, 100%. Because let's face it, months ago, it is a thing. If Madison played
one second, Ross. Someone's shaking their head.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, mate. How are you?
All right.
Just wondering why you're shaking your head.
Something the wife said.
Oh, okay. I thought you were disagreeing with Ross.
Well, usually it's me, but,
I don't agree with you. Madison was man of the match.
Okay, fair enough. I thought you were, but, everyone's got them.
It got to be KDH or Chowdhury.
Oh, but that for Leicester. I don't care about Tottenham. But for Leicester-wise, I think Chad had a good game too. He had a decent game. The only reason I picked Madison, I just think it was there and everywhere, and so was Child. But we all got different man of matches. I went Madison, but Child was not far behind. Because I think months ago, let's face it, if Madison played that poor, we'd be absolutely slaughtering him to crap. But now, because Tielemans is having this, he's not playing well.
I think everyone's allowed a bad game every now and again. People say that he's left the club. Hang on a minute. Just think what the guy's done for us. And he's got social media as well. And if he's reading these comments that idiots are putting up, just back the team, for God's sake.
That's what I mean. Next, it was just stiff neck.
I get what you mean, Gray. It's a hard one. Like I say, you scored the goal for the FA Cup win, yes. But there's things going about, and ever since that last minute whistle for Spurs to win the game, people have been saying, "Oh, you're just bottlers. You've bottled nearly everything." Yes, we've been lucky sometimes. If that 2-1 goal counted in the FA Cup, do you think we would have gone on 1 and won it? I don't think so. It's hard. Liverpool game, we won 1-0, yes, but it felt like we did really hang on for dear life to make sure we didn't concede. We did well. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard to take when you're in the 95th minute of 95 minutes of full time. You somehow lose it.
Obviously, I wasn't in when you were saying a few things a minute ago about what happened in the week. Vestergaard to blame for their first goal. He's too tight to someone like Kane, and the bloke's got a turning circle of an HGV.
Yeah.
You should not be that close to someone. Give yourself 2 yards. It's Sunday League football. End of. For the last goal, Schmeichel, he'd come out, stopped, and then didn't know what to do. He's 2 yards inside his own box. And I agree with you, Reedy. He should have ran. He would took the ball and took the man and got sent off and gave him a free kick.
Even that, though, is the fact is, we saw it, I think it was in the FA Cup game. Not his FA Cup. It was Watford. It was Watford in the FA Cup. It wasn't it?
Yeah, the FA Cup. Yeah.
Ward started. Every time you could see him coming out, you could see he was going to win it. Casper doesn't even want to do that. And that point there, why didn't he either just stop and just stand his ground in the goal, or you've got to go for him? You've got to stop.
I played keeper for a couple of seasons, and if as a keeper, if you go and stop, you're causing yourself trouble. You've got to go and go, or stand, or as my wife just said, effing stay. So you run because you're closing the area down. If he's that far up the pitch, the guy's got to go that wide to get round you.
Yeah.
And that time, by the time he's gone that wide, you've got players to get back and on the goal line, or just take him out.
Yeah, like I say, he was close. He was close enough to him because by the time Bergwijn actually took the ball,
yes,
around Schmeichel, he was literally there. So he was close. He was close enough to get to it easily.
He should have continued his run because he's obviously made his move to the edge of the 18 and stopped. But if someone's running towards you and you're static, because he wasn't even bouncing, ready to move, he was flat-footed. So you're always going to beat someone who's flat-footed.
Yeah. And like I say, for me, honestly, I think the second goal for them to make it, to equalise, yes, maybe it was a bit bad defending-wise, but I think we were very unfortunate how the bounce went to their player. And
what about this handball?
I don't think it was. You can't. I don't think you can give it that close. I think as soon as you tried to just blast up in the air, the player just went like this to it.
Didn't we
get out of the way of it?
Didn't we have one disallowed? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Norwich last season?
Yeah,
Nacho. The ball flicked up and he just caught Nacho's hand, and he went on and scored, and VAR called it.
Yeah. The Car Road, yeah. Not last season, the season before now. It's
right.
Nearly 2 years ago, that. Next month, 2 years ago. Yes, obviously, caught him on the hand. Obviously, that was completely accidental. Come score a beauty, and next minute, VAR gave it as an handball.
Exactly. So
I think the rules changed though since then. I think there was a rule where saying if it is accidental, then yes, but if it's...
But they also say that if it comes off the hand, that puts you in a prime position for a scoring opportunity, and you get a goal from it. So,
but here's the thing, though. Correct me if I'm wrong as well. But if you put your hands on a player, shouldn't you be reprimanded for that?
I think so. At the start, like I say, in the post-match thing we did with Phil, I even said I thought in that area, because I've not seen any replays of what's happened with the Sue and Bergwijn situation, because I'm guessing it wasn't as bad as people are saying it was. But when the moment I saw it, I was like, how are you not getting sent off and just shoving a guy to the ground?
Because
that yellow card led to give them an extra minute to score another goal.
You know what? John Moss
showed God,
his true colours. I was down there with Jackie Baby, and I was in the toilet when Madison scored, and I left because of the security incident on Burnmore Street. So I hadn't even got, I left about 91 minutes, and I didn't even got to the roundabout, and their second went in, and I hadn't even got to Vauxhall, and the third went in. And I just, it was a hard pill to swallow. But
I mean, Spurs go on like like they've won the league or something with that things.
There was someone posted something tonight, and they said about us bottling it and that. And someone commented, how's your trophy cabinet looking? I just want
if they cause bottle job, we've learnt it from Tottenham. We've learnt it from them. If they're calling us the bottle jobs, we've learnt it from them because they bottle it more than anything. But end of the day, it's happened. We need to get our minds out of it because it's going to play on our minds for ages.
It won't. We'll move
on. Hope not.
I was shocked. I like the fact JJ came on and he did put a good stint in and that, and people are saying, "Oh, JJ's playing for a goal." And when you played not so long, and Luke Thomas played a blinder, he's one that's coming on really well.
And he's been called up for the England. Apparently, he's been called up for the England.
Well, I hope so.
Brilliant. And I hope he keeps Chilwell out when Chilwell comes back fit.
I hope so.
But I don't think how the game was going, you should have took Thomas off because he was raring to go. I just think.
So you think maybe with Thomas staying on, we might have not conceded that second goal.
He was up to pace with the game. You know,
I get you.
Spurs were coming at us. I mean, how he did that flick with his back heel to get it away from the goal, it was brilliant. And all Brighton as well, saving one with his back. You know, and you look at them chances and you think, do you know what? This could be our night, lads. This could be our night. And, you know, 50 seconds of madness or whatever it was.
For me, you have to take positive from this because I honestly, since obviously that Chelsea match when I just said, you know what, this is it. I can't stand having Brendan Rodgers in here anymore because of the way we're playing. We played.
Yeah,
Man
but you're
City.
daft.
Come on, Man City. We got 3 goals in a matter of 15 minutes. I was there and I thought, you know what, this is brilliant. Liverpool, we got a good goal. Watford, I think, or was it Newcastle? We scored 4 against them. It just felt like attacking wise were absolutely class, and it just showed again for me against Tottenham. Even though we were getting lucky, we got 2 goals against them.
Sorry, Ross, go on.
No, have you noticed a few things about when defending from corners? Have you noticed it's not zonal marking?
Yes.
Oh no, yeah.
Yes.
We've not conceded again. We've not conceded from one again.
That which is a good thing, obviously. You know, I noticed the commentator said it, and Glenn Odell said it on BT. They were saying they've changed the zonal system to man marking. That's what it should have been since day one.
Yeah.
100%. What were you going to say there, sir?
Reed and Ross, I've got a new back 4 for you.
Go on.
Okay.
Pereira or Castagna, Chowdhury, Fofana, and JJ or Thomas.
I think
Chowdhury is better where he is than he is as a DM.
Oh yeah, you get he's got more of a chance in getting in the side as a centre back than he is a CDM because he's not going to get replaced by Ndidi or Sumare.
Do you know what though? Some players over the years have changed positions over the years, and it's either it's worked out brilliantly for him. For example, we had a player called Dion Dublin. We didn't have him for as long as obviously other clubs. He played striker one time for us, and then he played centre back. Matt Elliott. There you go. Another prime example. Matt Elliott. Obviously, he wasn't exactly Patson Daka pace wise, but he used to be up front, turning Desai, turning him over, and scoring. So who knows? Maybe it could be Chowdhury's new position. You never know. I mean, Wayne Rooney over the years, he was a striker.
Here he comes.
For years, and then he went for centre mid. So
do you know what? Sorry, Ross.
No problem.
Derby are going to turn them over tomorrow.
I hope so.
You know what? Weirdly enough, I hope so. It sounds weird, but I
do actually think Derby are going to be up for it when the playoffs. It's going to be a tight game.
You mean Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. So, do you know what though? I want to point out something on the Forest game. Why have we not getting more than 4,000? It's a joke. Because if I'm right in saying, in FA Cup, you have to give 15% of your allocation to the away section. Now, I'm not expecting 8,000 like 10 years ago, which I went to, by the way. It was quite fun, that game, even though 0-0. But why are we giving more for all 4,000?
I think maybe I'm hoping they might give more after now, because obviously, apparently, I don't know.
It's not true, by the way. You know, like the 1,500 family and friends and tickets. Apparently, that's not true.
Well, either way, I think apparently most of the people that I know of has to get the tickets today, because obviously there's a certain amount of points they had. Maybe once all of them go out, they might be able to give an extra. I don't know, but can they give extras and maybe have more extra?
Well, years ago in that FA Cup match, ironically, it was 10 years ago when playing in the FA Cup. Originally, they gave us 2,000. We sold that within half an hour. Then they gave us another 2,000, sold. Then we asked for another 2,000, sold. Then we asked for another 2,000, and that's how I got my ticket on the fourth version of 2,000. So I'm not saying get 8,000. I think we should deserve at least one more 1,000 or at least 1,500.
I don't think you're going to get. I don't think we're going to get it because of how long it is since we played them and the rivalry.
It doesn't matter.
All you're going to have is the lower tier, and then you're going to have the sweaty florists chucking flowers down at you from above.
But the issue is Arsenal had more, and yet they're not rivals. At the end of the day, this is I would say it's not the biggest East Midlands derby, as people say. It's still a local derby. We've not played him. In the last time we played him, Riyad Mahrez scored his first ever Leicester City goal, and Kevin Phillips missed a penalty. And Mahrez, there's a funny video on that. Let the ball man talk, he says.
Fucking dick.
Right, so we'll move before we move on to Brighton, and obviously talk about that. I think Jason was saying about he does have a question for three of us.
Oh, go for it.
But the question before, he was saying that we're all talking amongst ourselves, but it's hard to accept it. We're simply not good enough. Blaming Moss, we can't see the games out, and there isn't positives when Jamie's coming. For me, it's not as bad as we think. Yes, it was very bad the way it ended on Wednesday, but the way we're scoring goals, most of the time we're defending well. Like you say, we're not zonal marking anymore. We're doing all these things that are changing, and it looks better. I think for us, we've just been unfortunate in certain times. So
right, and the thing is, though, Brighton is an absolute must win. Yeah. But another thing as well that didn't help was the atmosphere. You were there, Gray. Were you there, Reedy?
Well,
on Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
I want to ask you both. Obviously, you both were there. From what I heard on TV, the atmosphere was awful.
Yes.
Right, because obviously, that's from what I saw. All I can hear was, unfortunately, was the Tottenham fans.
Oh, definitely, and we got horrible Spuds got their first corner, and I shot wherever we were. I think we were row F in SK4, and I knew my mother-in-law, being a Spuds fan, would be watching the game. So I shouted, "Regulon, you mug," at the top of my voice. And I texted my mother-in-law and said, "Did you hear that?" And she went, "I thought it was your voice." So I said, "Wait till you get another corner. I'll shout you a private message." We got another corner a minute later, and I went, "Hi, Mummy Paula," at the top of my voice. And she heard it on TV. So that's how quiet we were that night.
What was the difference? Obviously, I don't know whichever Reedy you went to the Liverpool game. Between that game...
Can you just drop me out a minute? I need to pee.
Yep.
He's definitely going for a poop, but definitely. Anyway, the game against Liverpool, after that penalty miss, the atmosphere was incredible. Amazing atmosphere.
I wasn't there, so...
Oh, shame. Obviously, I watched on Amazon Prime, and when Salah missed that penalty, the atmosphere suddenly just went incredible. But it was so different against Tottenham. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, we've not played in in the league in a few weeks. Obviously, in the FA Cup in like 10, 11 days. And I don't get why. I mean, was it a Wednesday night or was it like,
It wasn't as busy like even everywhere I went around the ground, so obviously in the pub, the bar in the stadium and whatnot, that was less busy. Places were less busy. I'm guessing it was just people wouldn't want to go as much in a midweek game when it was on TV and whatnot. But the question here is from Jason saying, if Forest beat us and Sunday's game we get beat as well, will we accept we need major changes? And when will we stop excuses we're running out? I'm not negative anymore about how we're playing. I think we're playing well. It's just moments of errors that's really costing us. That's what's wrong. Yuri being really stupid on the last goal, last minute. You could have just booted it. The whistle would have blown within 10 seconds.
I agree what Medhurst is saying. Away fans are always like it. That is not that one.
That one.
That is true. However, the game against Liverpool, our atmosphere was amazing from the home end. Obviously, we all know, we all have to be living on the rock. The away section in every ground is always louder because, for one, you're on your own. You're surrounded by all the home fans. You're always going to be loud. I get that, but from our side, I mean.
Sorry, Ross.
Oh,
I can see him smiling. So
I was just pulling a cheesy grin at Reedy to let me in, and he let me in as I did it. Sorry,
Ross, you're right. Like I say, they're always loud because they've all got one massive section. It's always going to be louder. Like for us, for me, we're louder when we go away than when we're at home.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I prefer away games to home games. I absolutely love away. Whenever I talk about favourite Leicester games, it's always away matches. Well, obviously for me, Huddersfield, Barnsley. I mean, over the years, the atmospheres have been incredible. I mean, we stayed up in in the Championship, beating Barnsley, playing Sheffield United. Obviously, playing Pompey. The atmospheres are incredible in the away section. I get they're louder than us. I get that, but it's the fact is the difference between the game against Liverpool and Tottenham is our atmosphere Liverpool was like amazing. Tottenham was absolutely dire.
I think if you think about it, the way the game was going as well, though, the Liverpool game, they missed a penalty. We were still going well.
Did they miss or did Casper save it?
All over us.
So that again, Gray.
Did they miss the penalty or did Casper save it?
Liverpool, Salad, yeah. So he hit it. Good save from Schmeichel, and then.
So they missed it. Casper saved it. He did.
Yeah, Casper saved it, and then he tried to jump. Salad jumped at the wrong time. He hit the bar, and then we nearly did a Watford on us, and nearly scored from it. But it's, I was just annoyed. It was literally you could hear a pin drop.
But that's the thing. I think it's because the difference between we weren't dominant against Liverpool, but we were even. Spurs were always, a lot of the time, on us, and we got pretty lucky with the goals we had. But we were in that position; we should have won it. And Andy Meadows says here as well: would you see a top 6 team concede 2 goals in 1 minute and lose the game? Again, if Yuri does not try and pass a ball through the midfield, instead does what we normally do, brings it back and then whacks it to the corner, we would have drew.
Keeping you up, Ross.
So I'm a bit shattered.
It's so hard to.
Oh, darling,
say it's bad news. Can you guys see us win on Sunday?
I was saying to the wife a bit ago about where the league is, and by the way, after taking to the wife to the FA Cup game, she's got the bug. I'm allowed to get 2 season tickets. So the name's going down. But I was reading the league to the wife, and she said, "So when we play, who have we got? Blah blah blah." So I said, "We got Brighton. It's going to be a tough one." I said, "They're above us," and she, in an Irish accent, she went, "Jesus fucking Christ, no, they're not," and they are. It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to take Jamie's, and I'm going to go with the Desmond.
2-2. So I'm looking at our next 3 games, right? I'm looking at them. You've got obviously Brighton on Sunday.
I don't know anything after this.
Forest in the FA Cup.
One, yeah, but I don't know what the league games are.
Liverpool, Anfield, West Ham, and then Randers in the Europa League.
But that's the thing.
Sorry, Conference League. Sorry.
Actually, I'm more confident on doing something like Liverpool. Yes, we're probably not going to win against Liverpool at Anfield. Yes, I know that, but
why not?
I have more confidence in them sort of games. Even against Tottenham, people are like saying, "Oh, we're not going to win." They've got Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world. I'm like, it's
he couldn't hit a
They've
ball
only got one.
through.
No, but that's what I mean. I always thought we had a chance, and we were in that at one point. But then you come up against someone like Brighton this weekend. Yes, they're above us, but they're not as good a side as like Liverpool or an Arsenal.
I know press like they do when we won the league.
The problem is though, we're always up against the so-called big boys more than we play against the not so-called big boys, and that's always been our motto for some reason. You know, we could turn up and beat Manchester United and your Liverpools and stuff like that, but you can't beat the likes of Burnley. I mean, we've judged from the season. We can't beat the likes of Leeds United, who have been poor this season. You know, so we can't turn. It's like the rules of you can't make. You know, you can't.
It's almost like we go into the Leicester games thinking all we need to do is turn up on the pitch. We've won it, but for the likes, like Ross was just saying, for the likes of the big guns, we turn up and there's an extra 10% going in.
Exactly, that's the problem. The issue is sometimes with us when we play a game. So, for example, when there's all these players out for the other team, we just automatically think we're going to win. It's never the case. And whenever someone says, "Oh, we're gonna win," like batter them because they've not got many players in the team, we're going to lose. We play very poor.
I'll give you an example of that. When I used to play up front for Saturday and Sunday league teams, we had a cup game on a Sunday, and this team hadn't won for years.
Brilliant.
And they were letting in 5+ goals a game, never scored. So we've gone into this game thinking we're going to smash them. They went 1-0 up. And, you know, first time I got through on goal, one-on-one with the keeper, I looked at him and the size of him, I looked down at his boots, and he had flipping steel toe caps on. And I spooned it. It was... And
so basically you did Akin Bay?
I weren't that bad. But Jesus Christ, he was... Oh. But in the head, you go into a game thinking, all we need to do is turn up, play our usual football, and we've done it. We don't need to put much effort in. No, you need to turn up week in, week out.
Doesn't matter who you're playing. It's like, you know, Newport a few years ago, you know, and whether they're a League Two team or Gray's Sunday League team or Reedy's under-22 team or whatever, any team, no matter what team you're coming up against, you've got to give 110%. And it doesn't matter what team they play. If you disrespect them, they are going to karma's going to come back and bite you on the arse.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, in the day, Brighton, they may not have the most salads of this world or Diogo Jota.
Sum it up with your microphone, because you're dead crackly and then you're going dead loud in the ear.
I'm holding the phone.
Might be your headphones.
Yeah, it might be you.
It won't be mine.
Because I can't hear a thing.
How dare you?
Can't hear a problem on my end.
I'm going to love you and leave you then, lads.
You go in.
Yeah, I'll love you and leave you, because my headphones are playing up apparently.
I'm playing up.
Right, so before we all go then, because we do need to crack on.
Yeah.
Gray, you're saying 2-2? 2-2. And then Ross, what are you saying?
I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester, and I think Daka will get a goal. It's nice to score again. And I think Maddison will score again. I think 2-1, and this time, so then, if Danny Welbeck will probably score. I'd never play for them, from honest. Brighton. I know Lewis. He'll probably score another. But yeah, 2-1 Leicester, I think.
All right, then. Right, Ross.
Hello, Gray's wife. Oh, she's gone.
Right, well, Ross, we'll catch you later then, Ross, and we'll speak to you maybe
I'm off
Sunday.
I'm off playing my foot champs now anyway, so.
All right then. Right. Speak to you
Send
in
a
a bit.
bit.
There you go, great. I've left you till last. How'd you like that?
Yeah, well, save the best till last. So, if Bossman Phil's watching,
He probably isn't, but go on.
nice to
make
meet
sure
you
he
on
gets-
Wednesday night, Phil. Finally,
What about me? I was there,
I didn't meet you.
and I was there after the game.
I met Phil for the first time, and when I meet you, when I'm on someone else's show, I'll say, "Reedy, nice to meet you." But until then,
I'll be waiting. Well, when are you going on Sunday?
no.
Part of time, aren't we?
Yes. I live in Birmingham.
Oh, okay. We'll let you off. All right then. Well,
So,
what?
stay safe.
Yes.
Nice chatting with you, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yes, we will. Appreciate you joining. Thank you. And there we go. Appreciate you all coming in. Yes, we didn't get many comments on. We'll go a few on now before we finish. Getting all the talking and whatnot. Jason, I know there's certain points that people have opinions on. You think we're not playing too well at all. I think we're playing decent. We just getting very. It's just errors that we need to just come over. It's annoying. But yeah, what else we're saying? Daka, I think Daka's showing up. He just needs to keep doing it now. With Vardy being out, he needs to keep doing it. As long as he keeps doing it, we can't complain. And Andy Mayer says 1-0 Leicester to the 90th minute and then 2 on Brighton. Positivity, Andy, please. Positivity. That's all you need. But yeah, appreciate you all joining, and we'll catch you all next time. Where is it? There we go.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.